Raise your hand if you've ever felt like Marco. Worked hard, saved consistently, checked your account years later, and sighed at the tiny number staring back. What if I told you Marco's not alone? That compounding secretly has a minimum weight requirement. Stick with me. In this video, you'll unlock 7 bridges to cross this wealth chasm. And bridge 7, that one's a masterstroke, the kind that could change your financial trajectory forever. Marco was disciplined. Every month, without fail, he put away $150. Rain or shine, he stuck to his plan for 12 years straight. That's $21,600 invested. Factor in some modest returns, and at 35, his portfolio had reached just around $28,000. He drove a 20-year-old Corolla. He said no to trips with friends, no to that new laptop, no to daily coffees. He followed every frugal financial influencer's advice. But when he looked at his bank account at 35, the growth felt disappointing. His portfolio didn't seem to care how hard he worked. It was growing, but painfully slow. And here's why. Compounding ignores effort without mass. In other words, until you reach a certain threshold, the critical mass, compounding feels like you're pushing a car uphill. Now meet Lena, same income, same start. But by age 35, she had $162,000. No inheritance, no lottery win, no unfair advantage. So how? Lena discovered something Marco hadn't, the $50,000 ignition point. That's the moment where compounding flips from being slow and frustrating to exponential. At this level, your money stops relying on you and starts replicating itself. Today, I'll walk you through the 7 bridges Lena used to cross that gap. These are real-world practical moves that anyone, including you, can make. This isn't some motivational theory. Vanguard's actual portfolio data shows that accounts above 50K experience 3 times faster growth, thanks to compounding acceleration. Your job? Build bridges to that level. Start with Bridge 1, dividend armies. Lena's first move was turning her investments into tiny income generators. She picked ETFs like SCHD, a dividend-focused fund. In the beginning, her dividends looked like loose change. $25 here, $40 there, maybe $300 in the first year. But she didn't spend it. Not a cent. She reinvested every dollar. By the time her account hit $50,000, those dividends were generating 50+ new shares per year. At that point, her money was recruiting new soldiers in the background. Without her doing a thing, her army kept growing. This is what separates smart investors. They let their money fight battles for them. Your portfolio should be your employee, not your pet. Bridge 2, skill catapults. While Marco kept trying to save more from his stagnant salary, Lena did something radical. She invested in herself. She spent $500 on a set of copywriting and digital marketing courses. The result? Within a few months, she landed her first freelance gig, which brought in $400. That grew into $5,000 in the first year. That side stream alone began funding her investment accounts at a rate Marco simply couldn't match. Because here's the hidden truth: skills compound faster than money. You can only cut so many expenses. But income? That's expandable. That one LinkedIn certification paid for her entire SCHD portfolio within 3 years. Knowledge doesn't just change your income, it changes your timeline. Bridge 3, windfall rockets. Windfalls are where most people sabotage their financial progress without realizing it. Remember Lena's $3,000 tax refund? Marco used his to buy a new 4K TV. Lena? She dropped it into VO. An S&P 500 ETF. 5 years later, that $3,000 was worth over $4,200. And while Marco's TV is already outdated, Lena's windfall is still working for her. Windfalls aren't fun money. They're jet fuel for financial growth. The next time you get a bonus, a gift, or even a refund, don't treat it as spendable. Treat it as scalable. Bridge 4, side hustle torrents. Lena didn't just stop at freelancing. She started a simple Etsy shop, selling 3D printed planters. Her brother had a printer. She learned design basics online. The shop made $50 in its first month, then $120, then $300 a month consistently. 5 years later, That shop had generated over $18,000 in profit, most of which she reinvested. The key wasn't the amount, it was momentum. Your side hustle isn't coffee money, it's your capital dam buster. Marco dismissed side hustles as a waste of time. Lena saw them as stepping stones. Bridge 5. Frugality firewalls. Lena cut what she didn't need. Not with deprivation, but with precision. Marco paid $120 per month for premium cable packages. Lena cancelled cable, used free streaming options, and redirected that $120 a month straight into investments. That's $1,440 per year, enough to buy 4 shares of VU every single year. Most people don't realise how much wealth they leak through tiny, recurring expenses. Your job? Stop bleeding. Build firewalls, cancel unused subscriptions, audit your spending, automate those savings into your brokerage account. Bridge 6. Debt demolition. This is big. Lena had $5,000 in credit card debt at a brutal 19% APR. She attacked it first. Sold things, took on extra shifts, delayed gratification. Every dollar she paid off was a guaranteed return of 19%. Once debt was gone, her monthly payments, around $250, became free fuel for her ETFs. That's $3,000 per year that used to go to interest. Now going to asset building. Debt is compounding in reverse, and it's ruthless. Don't wait. Kill it fast. Then move on. Bridge 7. Career cannons. This was Lena's masterstroke. After sharpening her skills and building her side income, she had leverage. She negotiated a 20% raise at her day job, about $12,000 more per year. Instead of inflating her lifestyle, she funneled it directly into her investments. That single raise pushed her from $28,000 to $50,000 in just 16 months. Negotiation isn't greedy, it's strategic. You have value. Price it fairly, ask for what you're worth, and reinvest the difference. Your turn to cross. Marco's story isn't rare, it's common. He did everything right, but stayed stuck. Lena didn't work harder, she worked smarter. Now her portfolio grows by over $12,000 per year without her lifting a finger. That's the power of compounding at scale. So here's your mission. Pick one bridge this week. Just one. Drop a comment. Which one are you starting with? And if you want accountability, support, and smart strategies, join the Financial Challenge Club. We exist to turn Marco stories into Lena endings. Let's build, let's compound, let's cross the threshold together.